just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything.
He destroys. My mouth speaks the praise of Yah, and let all flesh bless his set apart name forever and
And
ever.
never. All praise to God.
Hallelujah.
All praise to the Most High.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Praise
Man,
Yah,
all
man.
praise to the Most
Praise the
High,
Most
Praise
man.
High.
y'all. Praise y'all.
Hey, y'all nasty, boy. Y'all nasty, man. Y'all know how to get somebody's spirit jump. Hallelujah.
All praise.
Hallelujah, man. I'm telling you, man.
Selling they soul, liquor and dope. Letting go of the rope, young in the old, slippery slope. Proverbs 1 and 24 is the cause of our woes. We don't even know. So many in the city lack a father. Ain't no winning till we turn back to the Father. No quitting, remain willing to go harder for the Abba.
You got good people out there. You still got to follow the commandments.
The money come with problems and we got no way to solve them. If you got it, then you got them. Best believe that, bro. Open up the Bible, you will find yourself
And
inside
this
it.
is the message which we have heard from him and announced to you, that Elohim is light, and in him is no darkness at all.
In the scriptures, love life and put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to.
I was thinking we actually, since you said that, I was looking at Psalm 66, and that's what is going on. You know,
Just trying to put the Father over everything, yeah. Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. Could care less about the power. You could keep the rings. I'm just trying to put the Father over.
That's when that lust kick in, man. You always got to be dealing with that fight, that daily flesh fight every day.
every
Every
day.
day.
Jews look strange to Americans. They ain't used to seeing Torah keeping people with no Satan in them. Some of us only keep the
I was
laws
able
and
to
our
connect
actions.
to
Other
one of our
families
elders in
got fingers on the
Africa
linens.
of the Limba tribe.
Till we discover the truth in that days, we be doing something different. We follow the Abba to the T with no permission. Wrestling for blessings like your code, we on a mission. Fully understanding we're the vehicle to bring the truth to others while maintaining that Yahuwah is the engine. I don't think you heard me, I said y'all must be the engine. The Messiah came in his name, he is on one accord with him. In this land of kid, I'm always second guess doctrine that's polytheistic and not keeping the Father central. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. Could care less about the
I don't think the Most High made a mistake. That's how I look at it. He knew what was going on. He knew what he was going to do. He knew how it was going to play out. You know what I'm saying? He
Right on.
declared the end from the beginning. So if it went like that,
That's
it
how
meant
it
to
was
go
supposed
that
to
way.
Go
go.
like that.
less about the power, you could keep the rings. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything, yeah. Father over everything. Father over everything. Power, you could keep the rings. Father over everything, yeah.
I know y'all Hebrews, and I know it's late. So, Shabbat Shalom. I love y'all, man. Oh,
Nah,
Love you
love you
too,
too.
bro.
most high, y'all.
Yeah.
Love, brothers.
Hey, Shabbat.
All praise.
All praise,
All
for sure.
praise to the Most High, Yah.
Psalms 100. Raise a shout for Yahuwah, all the earth. Serve Yah with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know that Yah, he is Elohim. He has made us, and we are his people, and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Give thanks to him. Bless his name, for Yah is good. His loving commitment is everlasting, and his truth to all generations. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. All praise.
Right
All
on.
praise.
Said to all generations, right?
Yes, sir. That's what we're gonna try to deal with and get some type of understanding for these next weeks. We're gonna try to deal with this topic. A man's obedience determines his household, right? Man's obedience, of course, your obedience to the Most High, right, determines his household.
Okay. Psalm 51. I hit it. Show me favor, O Elohim, according to your loving commitment, according to the greatness of your compassion. Blot out my transgression. Wash me completely from my guilt and cleanse me from my sin. For I know my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me.
And we talking about man in general, right? All men have
Mhm.
sinned, right? And you know your transgressions, right?
Right.
Sometimes, like you say, they say they are ever before me, because sometimes you think about that transgression and turn around and repent again for that same transgression you committed before, that you already repented for.
Mhm. Against you, you alone have I sinned.
So when we sin, who is sinning against?
The Most
The
High.
Most High,
Right.
against him alone. Because he gave us the rules of life,
And he
you
let you
know?
know what sin is, right?
Right. And done evil in your eyes, that you might be proven right in your words.
Right.
Be clear when you judge. See, I was brought forth in crookedness, and in sin, my mother conceived me.
Brought forth in crookedness, right? Brought forth in
Mhm.
crookedness, because Adam committed the first sin when he was disobedient to the Most High, right?
Right.
And us coming from Adam, the whole house of Adam fell in that standpoint, if you think about it.
Right. And it was from Adam, because when Eve sinned, the Most High didn't say nothing. It was to Adam's sin.
Right.
And that's when it got real.
Mm.
All right. See, you have desired truth in the inward part, and in the hidden part, you make me known wisdom. Make me know wisdom.
Right. So we can't say, oh man, it was all flesh, because it said in your inward parts you make me know this wisdom, right? The same parts that the Most High gonna judge, that's what he make you know wisdom. No excuses.
Cleanse me with hyssop, and I am clean. Wash me, and I am whiter than snow.
Mm.
Let me hear joy and gladness. Let the bones you have crushed rejoice. Hide your face from my sin and blot out all my crookedness.
Right. That should be a continuous prayer to the Most High, right?
Right.
Hide your face
Right.
from my sins and blot out my crookedness, right? Because if it's crookedness in us,
Mhm.
man, we ain't entering into the kingdom, right?
Right. Create in me a clean heart, O Elohim, and renew a steadfast spirit within me.
Right.
Do not cast me away from your presence, and do not take your set apart spirit from me.
Wow. So now we see that set apart spirit that he blessed you with, he can also take from you, right? And we always deal with matters like that when we was dealing with, like, what was it, Aachen, that shepherd of Hermas, that anger, right?
Anger, yeah,
They say
anger.
you getting angry like that, that set apart spirit will flee from you, right?
For sure.
Right. Then also, I think it was ignorance, and like what is that? Wisdom. Of that Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, where it talk about the wisdom walk with you, and then it'll flee from forward thoughts.
Right.
Okay. Restore to me the joy of your deliverance, and uphold me, noble spirit.
Right. And these are requests. That's beautiful right there, because these are requests. This is what we should be requesting to the Most High continuously, right? to wash us
Right.
completely from our guilt and our sins and blot out our transgressions, right? Especially as the leader of this of your household, right? If you walk in the transgressions, how you think your household gonna walk, right?
For sure.
Right. Right.
For sure.
Wisdom of Solomon 7:1-6. I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth.
And we just spoke about Adam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So
Right,
that's
right.
why. So that's why we had just read that Psalms 51, because we just like all men, we commit these same sins, right? So it's like, please cleanse
Right.
us. You know what I'm saying, from these sins, for sure.
And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months, being compacted in blood and the seed of man and the pleasure that came with sleep. And when I was born, I drew in the common air and fell upon the earth, which is of like nature. And the first voice which I uttered was crying, as all others do. I was nursed in swaddling clothes, and that which cares, that was care, and that with cares. For there is no king that had any other beginning of birth. For all men have one interest into life and the light going out.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So no man is different out here, right? We all got that
Right.
same, we all deal with these same type of issues. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's just about us, you know what I'm saying, to make sure we stay fast in the most high, right?
Mm-hmm. St. Paul even said, don't worry because your brothers is going through the same things you going through.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Wherefore I prayed
Let's get to
and
that Sirach.
understand.
That's Sirach 18.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Then we'll get to the discussion.
All right. 18:8. What is man and whereunto serves he? What is his good and what is his evil?
And that's what we about to base the discussions on for these couple of weeks. This scripture right here. What is man, right? And whereto serves he? What is his good and what is his evil? So today, let's just try to deal with the first part of that question. What is man and whereto serves he? Let's try to get the answer to the first part of this question.
Okay. Genesis 1:26-27. And
Yeah.
Elohim said,
I
hey,
was gonna say,
Yamir,
yeah, we're reading the what?
You say what I?
26 and 27.
Let me read it out.
Go ahead,
Uh, and Elohim said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness, and let rule over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over all the creeping creatures that creep on the ground." And Elohim created the man in his image. In the image of Elohim, he created him. Male and female, he created them.
Right.
Okay.
I'm to that
Genesis
Genesis
2,
7.
2 and 7.
And Elohim formed the man out of the dust from the ground and breathed into his nostrils breath of lives, and the man became a living being.
Mm. Now we're getting part of that when they say, what is man? We see man came out the dust of the ground, right?
Right,
Right, yes,
The
right.
most high, and without the most high breathing into this man, he wouldn't have life at all.
Okay. Sirach 17, 2-10.
all right. He gave them few days and a short time, and power also over the things therein.
And that's what we
Okay.
just read, right? He gave them
Right.
power over the fish of the seas, the birds of the heavens, over the livestock, right? And every creeping
Uh-huh.
thing on the ground, right?
Yes, sir. He endured them with strength by themselves and made them according to his image.
And that likeness.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah, my phone did a little flip on me. All
Oh,
right.
okay.
And put the fear of man upon all flesh, and gave him dominion over all beasts and fowls. They received the use of the 5 operations of Yahuwah.
Mm.
And in the 6th place, go ahead, Op.
Nah, he said they received use of the 5 operations of the Most High Yah. These are 5 operations of the Most High Yah, because it said we was created in his image, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And in the 6th place, he imparted them understanding. And in the 7th, speech, an interpreter of the congregation thereof. Oh, what's that say?
Congregation. Right. So that's like deep thought, right?
Hey, I can take over reading.
Yeah, I got it.
I got it.
6. Okay, go ahead. 6.
Counsel and the tongue, and eyes, ears, and the heart gave he them to understand. Withal he filled them with the knowledge of understanding, and showed them good and evil.
And showed them good and evil, right?
Good and evil.
Right. So again, that's them 5 operations of Yahuwah, right? Counsel, a tongue, and eyes, and ears, and a heart, right?
Right.
And then the 6th one, he say the 6th one here part of their understanding. And what it say? And he gave them to understand, right? That's that understanding. And then withal, he filled them with knowledge of understanding, right?
Of understanding.
Right. To know understanding, right? And showed them good and evil. Because you gotta when you see the good, you gotta know the opposite of, right?
For sure.
So it can't be no excuses.
Yeah, go ahead. What you say, Shad?
Nah,
it can't be what?
So it can't be no excuses, right? So with all the same being that he created from the dust and breathed in his nostrils, we see what also he gave them, right? You know what I'm saying? And showed us these things, right? So again, there's no excuses out here. Go ahead, Doc.
All right. 8. He set his eye upon their heart, that he might show them the greatness of his works.
Wow.
He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they might declare his works with understanding. And the elect shall praise his holy name.
Who gonna praise his holy name?
The elect.
The elect gonna praise his
holy name.
So he gave all these acts to man, right? He gave all these acts to man, right? Marvelous acts, right? But he said the elect, right?
The elect.
That's a separation.
For sure,
separation. Everybody don't praise his holy name, right?
Right, but he gave every man all these things that we just read, right?
Right. Eyes to see, ears to hear, a heart.
The heart, right? The heart, right.
He gave us lots of things. Yeah. Show them good and evil. Show them what, a lot of seeking and stuff involved in that. Sirach 33, 11 through 13. You keep going, Jermaine.
In much knowledge, Yahuwah has divided them and made their ways diverse.
Wow. And that's for real, right? Right. Because not everybody knows the Most High.
Exactly.
But much knowledge, the Most High divided the people, man. Straight up.
12. Some of them has he blessed, and exalted, and some of them he sacrificed and set
Sanctified.
near himself.
Right.
But some of them he has cursed and brought low, and out turned out of their places.
Wow.
Mhm.
So we see it straight out the script itself, right? The Most High said, yeah, some of y'all actually sanctified, made set apart, right? Set apart
Right.
near me. You know what I'm talking about? And then when you see the wicked out here, we just got to say, hey, the Most High work how he work. Because he said he cursed some of them and brought them low, right?
Right. Yeah,
13.
that's kind of deep because he said he sanctified some, but some of them he cursed. You know, that just goes back to that Jude where certain men crept in unaware who was foreordained for condemnation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Okay.
As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as likes him best.
And we got to sit there, Selah, and praise the Most High on that, right? Because look how the Most High fashioned us, right? We could have been the ones that he had cursed and brought low, right?
For sure. For sure,
He said,
brother.
I'm going to sanctify y'all and put y'all near myself, man. Praise
For
y'all.
sure, brother.
Real.
All praises. All
Oh,
praises.
praise. Okay. Back to Genesis 2, 16 and 18. 16 through 18.
And Yahuwah Elohim commanded the man, saying, eat of every tree of the garden, but do not eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for in the day that you eat of it, you shall certainly die. And Yahuwah Elohim said, it is not good for the man to be alone. I am going to make a helper for him as his counterpart.
As his what?
Counterpart.
Oh, so let's remember that, right? It said at this point when the Most High was about to make this woman, he said this is going to be your counterpart.
For
right?
sure.
Mm.
For sure.
Okay. 21 and 23, y'all.
So Yahuwah Elohim caused a deep sleep to fall on the man, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh in its place.
This same counterpart don't even come from the dirt like you do. Come from your rib.
For sure.
That's deep
And
right
the rib,
there. When you think
It
about
is.
it like that.
Straight up.
yeah, it is. And the rib which Yahuwah Elohim had taken from the man, he made into a woman, and he brought her to the man.
Mm.
And the man said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. This one is called woman because she was taken out of a man.
Mm.
Mm.
Like a
Bone
womb.
in my bone.
That's
Right.
why they
Right.
call woman.
Flesh in
Yeah.
my flesh.
Because that womb, when you think about it, womb,
Yeah.
woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, with it.
All right. Direct 36 and 24. One liner. He that gets a woman begins a possession,
Mm.
a help like unto himself.
That's why he said a counterpart, right? A help like unto
Like
himself.
unto himself, for sure.
Right.
Mhm. A pillar of rest.
Come on, man. What you do with a pillar of rest? You can lean on that, right?
For sure.
Right.
You get a little tired,
Right.
man. Let me lean on my counterpart, as it was called originally. Let's keep
Real
going.
talk.
All right. Back to Genesis 2, 24 and 25. We'll finish that up. Mine.
Yeah. 24. For this cause a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, and they shall become one flesh.
Mm.
And they were both naked, the man and his wife, yet they were not ashamed.
I can say for this cause, right? Since the Most High gave you a pillar of rest, for this cause a man should leave his mother, his father and mother, and cleave.
Father and mother, yeah.
All right, because I gave you this pillar of rest to lean on now. Come on, man.
Then when you think about him, bringing the woman out of his, out of his rib, and how you say right here, um, and they shall become one flesh. You know what I'm saying? And so when he say man, he talk about man and woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Okay.
It's sort of crazy because something as simple as just a couple verses that we done read thus far today, family, changed this whole internet male female battling stuff, fam.
For sure.
It'll put all that stuff to rest, brother.
Right.
But
Just
Yeah.
these couple of verses that we just sat here and read, man.
Yeah.
the crazy part is though, Jermaine, the verses right in their face and they still don't care. They still don't care.
You right. Yeah, you right.
And that's what we's reading, man, because this world loves falsehood. We live in the midst of deceit, like we read last week.
Yes,
Hey.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
mean, look at this month. Look at this month now, what it's representing. So, come on.
Yeah. Mm.
Yep.
Man, this is a beautiful lesson already, brother.
Hey, yeah.
Real talk.
Right, yeah.
All praises. Seriously.
In this word. Okay. Melchizedek, chapter 4, 7 through 11.
Man, this small, Rube.
Hey, you gonna have to
I
flip
can't
it.
see nothing on.
Yeah. I hate this one.
All right, I can't see nothing, family. Oh, there it is. That's better. Okay.
Yeah.
That's better.
You on chapter 4 out?
Yeah. This should be chapter 4. Wait, let me make sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And remember, we just left off and say what they say, and they were both naked, the man and his wife. Yet
And they weren't ashamed.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. In Eden, there was relaxation.
Right. They wasn't ashamed. They was doing their thing. They was relaxing, right?
Mm-hmm. The young couple continued in their innocent activities, enjoying the pleasure of a happy life. They were far from thinking that at that moment, all the children of the light. Wait. The young couple continued in their innocent activities, enjoying the pleasure of a happy life. They were far from thinking that at that moment, all the children of the light were tense, thinking about their threatened future.
Talking about like the messengers. The children of the light.
Yeah. I'm thinking about Satan. Then they saw in the clear sky the sign of the approach of the heavenly visitors, and they raised their arms in joyful salutation.
Wow, it just made me think of that video you sent when the dudes was talking about that was aliens. But go ahead, my bad.
Okay. However, Adam and Eve admire each other. You see that? Adam and Eve admired each other.
Man.
You should admire your wife, and your wife should admire you, right?
Hey, and that's what it looked like. He said that when the Most High brought that woman and man, he was like, wow, this bone, my bone, flesh of my flesh, right here. Admired that and said, "This gonna be called woman."
Real talk, man.
For not seeing the same joy in their countenance, visitors brought an expression of anxiety on their faces that they could not understand. They tried to change the sad faction, telling them the new discoveries made in paradise. The messengers, still not having time available as on other occasions, interrupted them with words of warning. Satan would ambush them in order to take them to eat the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
And we read that. This that same command the Most High gave Adam originally, right?
Right. If they heard temptation, they will succumb to they will succumb the entire creation into the abyss of eternal chaos.
Man, look at this word. Go ahead.
It's in chaos right now, right?
Man, straight up.
The angels remain.
Reminded.
The angels reminded them that the kingdom had been entrusted to them as a sacred deposit.
So what kind of deposit, Doc?
A sacred deposit.
Wow. Wow. Look, that's big weight on your shoulders, Adam. It's a sacred deposit, man. You feel me? Just think about the deposits that you make in the bank. It don't even come close to this kind of deposit.
No doubt. No doubt.
Okay. Only in a life of faithfulness to honor him who for love was stripped, placing himself in a position of host of the human being. Adam and Eve should be firm before the insinuations of the enemy. For thus they would seal the eternal victory of the kingdom of light.
Come on, man. There's big weight on your shoulders right now.
Speaking to them of the happy reward that will follow their triumph. The angels revealed that it was Elohim's plan to transfer the heavenly Jerusalem to earth. There again, coupled to paradise, it will remain forever.
Oh, praises. And we can read about this same heavenly Jerusalem being transferred to earth in Revelations, right?
Coming down from the Father out of heaven.
Right.
Like he said, prepared from the foundation of the world.
Exactly. Exactly.
And man, submissive to the Creator, will reign forever and ever on Mount Zion.
Submissive to the Creator. Submissive to the Creator. So if you ain't being in complete obedience or being submissive to the Most High Yah, right? You can might as well scratch your way to that everlasting heavenly Jerusalem, right?
Right. Okay. And man, submissive to the Creator, will reign forever and ever on Mount Zion, in the midst of the praises of the universal host.
Praise, yeah, that's nasty right there. Because that's why they call him Elohim of hosts, right? So let's say now you created out this same dirt. You're gonna be able to praise the Most High of hosts with the universal host. Come on.
More on that depended entirely on human position in the face of the temptations of the enemy, who would do everything to snatch the kingdom.
And that
Adam and Eve.
And we already had an example of that. Adam and Eve had this temptation and failed. What happened when Mashiach had came out the wilderness after 40 days, right? That same temptation, right? From the enemy. So we gotta understand that same thing, that same temptation gonna come across us, right?
Yeah.
How we gonna do? We gonna barbecue a mildew? That's the question.
Adam and Eve were afraid to know Satan's plan, but they were comforted to learn that he could not do him any harm, forcing them to eat the forbidden fruit. If, however, he tried to imitate them with power,
intimidate
them with his power, all the eternal hosts would come to his aid.
You live in the midst of deceit, like we read last week, right? So Satan couldn't touch them, right? Because he said if he try to touch you, man, everybody from the heavens coming down and running down on him, just like that, right? So how he gonna do it? Deceit, right? He can't do it with his power because he'll get ran down on. We just read that.
The messengers of the light concluded their mission by recommending the couple to remain vigilant,
right?
Always keeping in mind the responsibility that rested upon them.
Hold on, so these messengers, and we know Gabriel was probably one of these messengers. It said, "Hey man, y'all gotta remain vigilant." What else he told them to do? Remember what's on your shoulders, right? That sacred deposit that was made on your shoulders, man. Right? Think about when you watching all these movies and then the drug dealer send a mule and then he loses money with the mule and he want to kill him and all that, right? This a even more. This a sacred deposit, huh? Come on, that's resting on your shoulders.
Right. And the angel said, this is what they told him. They said they should not be separated from each other,
right?
Not even for a moment. Because they alone could be seduced.
And that's what we want to get to, right? Don't separate from each other, right? That's why we read. Hey, y'all gonna be one flesh. Y'all come together, right? You know what I'm talking about? From this cause, a man leave his father and his mother, and y'all become one flesh. And I'm gonna remind y'all, remain vigilant. Y'all got a big task to do. And also don't separate from one another, man, because you can be seduced.
Just think about, man. Just think about if this was physically being honored, the divorce rate would be next to nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just simply was being done, family. Real talk.
Straight up,
man.
Straight up.
Man.
These days it's the opposite. It'd be like, man, I gotta get away, man, from this.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Man. That's crazy.
And this was what the angel, the messengers recommended, right? Don't separate, man. Right? That seduction is real, man. They write books about it these days.
Okay. Adam and Eve, grateful for the angel's warning, joined the voices in the song of promise and an eternal victory. They were sure that they would never abandon the blessed Creator, hearing the tempter's voice.
They were sure. They were sure.
Sure. They felt safe. 15. They felt safe in their paradise, totally forgotten about the danger of a possible assault.
Right. So that means this ain't just happened the next day, then, right?
Right. It could have been a couple weeks later.
Right.
Satan, who was watching the couple closely, perceived that his opportunity was coming.
Man, that's that ambush we was talking about last week. That ambush of heart, man. Straight up.
He approached the paradise invisibly and was waiting for the best time to arm his ambush. Unaware of the presence of the enemy, the couple continued in their detached joy.
And what kind of joy, y'all?
Detached joy.
What the angel told them to do?
Don't detach
Stay
from one another.
Right.
Playing carelessly with the animals and the deranged countenance of Satan, a malicious smile was stamped. Where he had that little evil smile on his face.
Right. That same one, that smile and wink of the eye like we read last week again, right? But that detached joy, straight up. I knew you was gonna like that one, not
straight up, man.
Come on. He's like, oh yeah, I love that. They detached now, right? That same warning that messenger gave them not to do.
Real talk.
Witnessing a carelessness of the couple in their exaltation, they had stopped attending the last recommendation of the messengers, turning away from each other.
Come on, just like Big Man saying, we just put this even in a physical mind state, right? Not even all the way spiritual. The divorce rate will be much lower, straight up.
Right. Okay. Genesis 3.
Mm-hmm.
You in here, Al? Let's see. 1 through 19. Okay.
I hit it. What
Okay.
is that? Nahash?
Yeah, Nahash,
Nahash
that's
was more.
the serpent. The serpent.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Was more crafty than all the lives of the fields which Yahuwah Elohim had made. And he said to the woman, is it true that Elohim has said, do not eat of every tree of the garden?
And we see
And
that, and we see that this serpent right here wasn't even Satan. Remember, we read earlier that he deceived another fallen angel to do this. This same one that was more clever or more crafty than all the lives. He was more crafty than all the beasts of the field, is what it say. And beasts mean all living things, right?
For sure.
Right.
For sure. 2. And the woman said to the Nahash, we are to eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim has said, do not eat of it, nor touch it, lest you die.
And who the Nahash talking to?
The woman.
Eve.
The woman. Adam is nowhere around. They separated, right?
And they told him not to separate, exactly.
Right.
And then the Nahash said to the woman, you shall certainly not die, for Elohim knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes shall be open, and you shall be like Elohim, knowing good and evil.
Mm.
And the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree desirable to make one wise. And she took of its fruit and ate. And she also gave to her husband with her, and he ate.
Hey, and that
Then
make me
the
think.
eyes of both.
Hold on, big. Hold on. That make me think of what we was just reading earlier when they say that the Most High taught man, he showed man the good and the evil. It was a reason that the Most High put that tree there in the first place, right? Because he could have just put the tree of life there and said, man, I ain't gonna put this tree of good and evil in the garden, right? But again, what we always read, the Most High don't want no robots, right?
Right.
So the Most High still taught that good and evil when he put the tree of good and evil in the midst of the garden. That's what we read earlier.
So we always had a choice then, right?
Always had a choice.
Always. That's why the angels was terrified when they was going to Adam and Eve.
It's actually another point when they were saying, could you scroll back down, family, for a second? Okay, hold on. Okay. And the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes. That put me like in the mind of being pleasant to the eyes. This is typically like what these women strive to do.
Right.
Be pleasant to our eyes, just from the makeup, from the wigs, from everything.
Right, but she's looking at him though, right? Right.
Or anything what they see. Just like you say, when
exactly.
when they might spontaneously just buy something, it was pleasant to their eye, right?
Exactly.
You would look at it like, man, why you bought that, man?
Exactly, family. It's like it's just basically like they whole concept. Yeah, their whole concept is about being pleasant to the eye.
Right. Right. And that's why Satan put on that malicious smile, right, when they separated. Because he already know this woman like what's pleasant to the eye.
What's pleasant to the eye.
That's what I was gonna say. And then the serpent was looking at her, and she was looking at him. And this is very seducible and pleasant to the eyes to take whatever he's feeding her.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
All right, what we at 7?
Uh, wait, now I think
Yeah, 7. I just read 6.
okay, yeah. Okay.
Okay, 7. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made loin coverings for themselves. And they heard the voice of Yahuwah Elohim walking about in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of Yahuwah Elohim among the trees of the garden. And Yahuwah Elohim called unto Adam and said to him, where are you? And he said, I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked. So I hid myself.
Mm.
And he said, who made you know that you were naked? Have you eaten of the tree of which I commanded you that you should not eat?
Of which I did what?
Commanded you that you should not eat.
That's a commandment. That's the first command given to man, right?
So
disobedience, man. And the whole house of Adam failed. Let's keep going though.
12. And the man said, the woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate.
Because he was still almost, let's say Adam was still almost infatuated with this woman. From the first time when he said, this is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. When I read that, Adam's like, man, she fine.
Fine.
In real time. You like, but you know what you doing when you made her.
What you doing when you made her for my real? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, just think of all the beautiful women that's on the planet now, family, and they all different. So just imagine the first one, bro.
It's just imagine.
Right.
Can't even imagine
her. Come on.
Straight up.
He made me eat her fine donkey, because I gotta say donkey these days. Her fine donkey made me eat.
All right, we at
appreciate
13.
it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
told it to my mama. I got to
Yes,
show
sir.
it to my mama.
Yes, sir.
All right, 13. And Yahuwah Elohim said to the woman, what is this you have done? And the woman said, the Nahash deceived me, and I ate. And Yahuwah Elohim said to the Nahash, because you have done this, you are cursed more than all livestock and more than every beast of the field. On your belly you shall go and eat dust all the days of your life.
And remember, this Nahash wasn't Satan the devil. We gotta remember that. If we have to go back and pull it, we'll do it. But we already got it in previous discussions, seeing who this Nahash was, right?
Yeah.
And we see Satan himself is still deceiving the whole world. So this can't be Satan himself.
Exactly. 15. And I put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall crush your head, and you shall crush his heel.
So now we see when it starts talking about Satan, because it said her seed and your seed, right? So now we get the distinction when it's talking about that seed. Straight up.
Yeah,
so now
that
we
makes
see
sense too.
Now we see somebody like Cain. He was the seed of Satan, right?
For sure.
Hey, buddy boy. Hey, buddy boy. Hey, buddy boy.
I didn't know what that was at first. I was like, hold on.
Me either. I'm like, man, what's going on?
My bad. Say live moment. Say live moment.
I go with that same with the babies.
Yeah, you see that though, big man, right? That distinction.
Yeah, that makes sense too, family. Seriously. Between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed.
Right.
He shall crush your head, and you shall crush his heel.
Right. So we know we talking about that seed of Mashiach. We can delve deep in that. We got discussions on that. But that seed that we talking about, what we always miss, we always see the seed talking about Mashiach, but we always miss that part when they say between your seed, talking about Satan the devil himself seed, because again, he the one that went to the Nachash, right?
For sure.
And told him, hey, this is how you can deceive the woman. Nachash was like, man, I ain't doing that. He was like, come here, I'm gonna show you. You feel me? We'll have to get that again on another day.
Can I say that moment real quick?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we was waiting on you, brother.
You said what?
Say that one time. All praise. Okay, all praises for that Selah moment, right? And the question was the Nahash. How do you know that is not Satan the devil? Right? We'll go get that understanding when we read Enoch 69, verses 6 through 8, and the life of Adam and Eve, chapter 16. All praises. Let's get to it.
All praises. Verse 16. To the woman he said, I greatly increase your sorrow and your conception. Bring forth children in pain, and your desire is for your husband, and he does rule over you.
Oh, hold on, big man. That's why we said, remember what we read earlier, right? Because when he first made it, and that 18, that 2 and 18, he said, and Elohim said, it is not good for man to be alone. I am going to make a helper for him, a counterpart.
Yes, sir.
Oh, now we see when this counterpart changes right here, big man.
Exactly.
Now it says, yo, desire. Every woman wants a husband, right?
For sure.
You know, at least the straight ones, right? And
Right.
he does rule over you. Y'all no longer counterparts.
Exactly.
He does rule over you. Now we see how man became the head right here.
Head, exactly. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Then we see that this is ordained too because of that, right? And then
Exactly.
you see nowadays, you see the woman trying to rule. That's why so many households is messed up.
Completely out of
The
order.
woman is ruling. Yeah, the woman is ruling over the man, telling him what to do.
Right. And that's what they trying to do in this world, period. Man, I told you about that time getting a grant from the government. And they asked, are you black? Are you a woman? Right? You know what I'm talking about? I'm
They'd
like,
rather
oh
give
my
it to
goodness.
them than us. Yeah.
Hey man, it's crazy, and that's what they trying to promote in this world. That's why we're not supposed to be of this world, because that's the promotion right now.
Exactly. It all makes sense.
It all makes sense.
Straight up. All right, 17. And to the man he said, because you have listened to the voice of your wife and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded you, saying, do not eat of it, cursed is the ground because of you. In toil you are to eat of it all the days of your life.
It's a lie now right there. Hold on. Because he said, because you listen to the voice of your wife, that one you like, she fine. You listen to her and not the Most High. The Most High commanded you not to eat of that tree, right? But you said, I'm going to listen to this woman right here that's so fine. You know what I'm talking about? And you ate of this tree that I told you not to. That's being in disobedience, not in obedience, right?
Right.
And he said, because of you.
That make noodle back Negroes back, basically.
Man, that's what you would call them these days, right? You feel me? Listening to your woman instead of what the Most High commanded, right?
And all he had to do was like Job did.
Right.
When he told his wife to get away from her, she sounded like one that speak like a fool.
Exactly. That's all he had to do. Hey, and then again, that's why we able to read this, right? So we understand, like, oh, okay. We take the example of Adam, or do we take that same example of Job, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And they say, because of you, I cursed it. I mean, not you, I my bad. It's like because you, Adam, cursed this to ground, right? Because of you, and in toil, right? It ain't gonna be easy. It ain't just gonna bring forth them vegetables that you need. You're gonna have to pull them weeds out the ground, right? In toil, right? You to eat up all the days of your life. Come on.
We at 18. And the ground shall bring forth thorns and thistles for you, and you shall eat the plants of the field.
Right. And I love that scripture right there. So it's because now we see before the ground wasn't bringing forth thorns and thistles.
Thorns and thistles, exactly.
We didn't have to get down in there and pull these weeds up out the ground, right?
Exactly.
And then it told you, and you shall eat the plants of the field. Those are vegetables. That means that before we had to eat the plants of the field, we was what? Fruitarians. You was eating the trees, the fruits from the trees. I don't even like vegetables. Now I see.
I was just gonna say that. You know, brothers don't like vegetables like that.
Right.
You know,
Right,
peas and carrots and all that. Come on, man. Give me
man.
some.
He said you're gonna have to eat this to get your digestive system right.
Yeah.
Something
Right.
that you don't like. Come on.
We was going to 18, right?
19.
Oh, 19.
One
Okay.
more.
19. By the sweat of your face, you are to eat bread until you return to the ground. For out of it you were taken, from dust you are, and to dust you shall you return.
And he telling this to the
Man.
man, right?
For sure.
Right. By the sweat of your face, you are to eat bread. That means you're going to work.
Right.
You're going to work until you go back to the ground.
Man.
If you want to eat, you don't work, you don't eat. It's just
Right
that
up.
simple. You're
Right
going to do that till the day you die.
Right.
Till you die.
And if you don't want to work, you don't eat. You're going to be a beggar. Then you got other problems.
I can remember we answering the question, what is man and where to serves he? Right? So we still getting this understanding what man is. And for that case, woe man, right?
For sure.
All right, Sirach 41 and 3. One line.
Hey, okay, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Sound like you whispering out. You all right?
I know.
You call somebody?
I got my headphones. I got my headphones in, man. But I got a different type of headphones.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Send you that link to them good ones, all right?
Man, I can charge my ass. Yeah, man. If y'all can hear me, I can read, but if y'all can't hear me, I'll pass.
Oh, we can hear you. I'm gonna hit this one line and then you can read the next.
All right.
Sirach 41 and 3. Fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before you, and that come after. For this is the sentence of Yahuwah over all flesh.
Over
so
all
even the ones that was translated, right? We get understanding about them later on when they gonna come back as them two prophets, but they gonna still die.
They gonna still die. Yeah.
Right on.
Right.
All flesh.
Right. All flesh. Yeah. Yeah. Isaiah 56, 1 and 2. Yeah, man.
Yeah, even Mashiach had to die, but he rose on the third day, but he still went through that process. Man.
Right.
All right, let's do it. All right, we read the 1 through what?
1 and 2, and then we jump down to 6 and 7.
Thus said Yahuwah, guard right ruling, and do righteousness, for near is my deliverance to come, and my righteousness to be revealed.
All praises. Hold on, let me stop you one time right there. Now we get that understanding when he tells you, fear not the sentence of death, right? Because if you guarding right ruling and doing righteousness, right, you know the deliverance of the Most High is to come and his righteousness to be revealed. So why would you fear this death, right?
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
Only time you are feared is because you got some unfaithfulness going on up inside you, some unbelief somewhere.
Right, that unrighteousness for sure.
Straight up, bro. Blessed is the man who does this, and the son of man who becomes strong in it.
We got to become strong in righteousness. I mean, when you become strong in, just like if you lift weights, if you become strong in it, right? If I ain't lifting no weights, I'm still gonna be puny out here, right? But we becoming strong in the word, man. We swole out here in the word. Come on.
Right.
That's because you practicing righteousness then, right?
Basically. Right.
So
becoming strong in it, Doc.
Yeah, you're not talking about, well, I'll get right tomorrow, I'll get right next week. You're working on it right now.
Man.
You know? Guarding the Sabbath.
2,000 sit-ups in righteousness right now. Come on.
Right now, huh? Not, I'll do it, after this burger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, praises, man. Guarding the Sabbath, lest he profane it, and guarding his hand from doing any evil. Oh,
okay. 6 and 7? Yeah, 6 and 7.
Also, the son of the foreigner who joins themselves to Yahuwah
to serve him, and to love the name of Yah, to be his servants. All
Mm,
who guard the Sabbath and not profane it, and are holding on to my covenant.
right. And
Mm.
holding on to my covenant. That same one that was given to Israel. That's why we read that psalm earlier when it said, raise a shout for Yahuwah, all the earth. It didn't just say Israel that's in the earth. It say all the earth, right?
That's right.
Where two serves man? Come on. Now, so we moving on. Basically, moving on from what is man, because we just got some understanding on what is man, right? So now we're trying to see where two serves he. Let's answer that question also.
All praise. Them I shall bring to my set apart mountain, and let them rejoice in my house of prayer. Their ascending offerings and their slaughterings are accepted on my slaughter place. For my house is called a house of prayer for all the peoples.
Come on, that's absolute. All the people.
Right. Right. Romans 6 and 16. Is this you servants of who you obey?
You already know.
I remember it because I think I used this a week or two
We
ago.
already see, because we already seen Adam, man, created from that dust. You know, what is man? He wasn't obedient to the Most High, right? And the whole
Right.
house of Adam fell, right? Because that's where we come from.
Right. So how's the Adam? Yep.
Oh yeah, 16 through
Just one. Just this one verse. 6 and 16.
all right. Do you not know that to whom you present yourselves servants for obedience, you are servants of the one whom you obey, whether of sin to death or of obedience to righteousness? Man.
You
That's
are
deep after
servant to
you just
whom
read
you
that.
obey. So if you just want to continue to obey, you know, your boss at work, that's who you're serving to, right?
Right.
It's the one who you obey. If you dealing with unrighteousness and you want to obey, you know, that.
That goes back to choose this day whom you serve, right now.
You say what?
That goes back to that choose this day whom you will serve.
Right. Exactly.
You know, not being hot, you know, you're gonna be hot or you're gonna be cold.
No, you know we're gonna deal with that later. You know that. Right?
All praises.
All right.
Okay.
So what that say? Hey, to whom you obey, right? You a servant to, regardless of the situation.
Right.
And we trying to be servants of the Most High, right? That's what we seek.
Right.
To be servants
right.
of the Most High. So we got to be in what? Obedient, complete obedience, perfect obedience to the Most High, yeah, for sure.
That's a fact. I'll read this one too. Where we at?
Okay, Genesis 6, 9 and 22.
All right. This is the genealogy of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, perfect in his generations. Noah walked with Elohim, and Noah brought forth 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And the earth was corrupt before Elohim, and the earth was filled with violence. And Elohim looked upon the earth and saw that it was corrupt, for all the flesh had corrupted their way on the earth. And that's what's going on right now, man. You know what I'm saying? We seeing that right now, like Adam brought up earlier. They got a whole month called Pride. You know what I'm saying? It's getting crazy out here.
Yeah.
All right. And Elohim said to Noah, the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And see, I am going to destroy them from the earth.
And just like the people say, and we agree, right? We in the times of Noah, because just like it said, the earth was corrupt before the Most High. Look at it now. Come on.
Right. Yeah, I just heard the polls and like brother was, you know, like the music out here, it's not even, it's just straight murder, kill, man. You know, no way around it. No, it's just what it is. And then when the women be rapping about it, just straight up let your cootie breathe and all this other. It's just crazy, y'all.
Murder, kill, fornicate.
Yeah, straight up. It's straight up. No balance either. No balance out here.
No, nah, there ain't no balance.
No balance.
And then you think about who running the world. So if you're gonna make some money off making music, you got to put out what the ruler of this world want to hear, or else you ain't getting that.
Right.
Right.
He already told Messiah that he owned all these kingdoms. Go ahead, Al, my bad.
Nah, and then when you think of balance, that's as servants of the Most High, that's what we don't want. When you think about balance, you think about a little bit of good, a little bit of evil, right? To make it balanced, right? We need to, we need to outweigh all wickedness. You feel me? Straight up, there ain't no balance when we dealing with the Most High. It's all righteousness, man.
Right. Because he said be perfect, not be good. Be be all right. He'll be perfect. So yeah.
Right.
Make yourself an art, a gopher wood. Make room in the art and cover it inside and outside with the covering. All right. And this is how you are to make it. The length of the art is 300 cubits. Its width, 50 cubits. And its height, 30 cubits.
Hold on, before you keep going. This is how we know Noah, because it say Noah was righteous man, perfect in his generation. Noah walked with Elohim. Again, we talk about commandments and being in obedience. The Most High told him how to make the ark, right?
Right.
The Most High said this is how you make the ark. And that's being in complete obedience, listen to the Most High. Not saying, the Most High said make it 30 cubits, but I'm going to make it 32 because I got to fit this up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What if they bring my boom box?
Right. I got to fit my Honda Gold Wing in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Now you taking shots at me again. You took enough last week, guys.
I'm gonna make it 32.
Let's see. Make a window for the ark and complete it to a cubit from above.
That's a sky room right there.
Okay, yeah.
That was Shag. He didn't make it so he could put that pool table in there so it could be shagadelic against Tyrell, huh?
He jealous because he already lit. That's how you know a brother's scared to come get that butt whoop. It's okay. You say, he been practicing.
I'm gonna be on the ark for how long, Abba? I just gotta make it a little bit bigger.
Hey, y'all man trying to read, man. We ain't listening to him. Keep going. If he talk, just keep reading over him. I ain't talking about nothing.
All right. And set the door of the ark in its side. Make it with lower, second, and third decks. And see, I myself am bringing flood waters on the earth to destroy all flesh, in which is the breath of life. From under the heavens, all that is on the earth is to die.
Hey, that made me think one time because I remember reading it say all flesh, right? And I was like, so sharks swim forever. Did they die? But then he told you all that is on earth. That means land is to die, right?
Right, huh? So all the sea creatures are still in there.
All flesh, which is the breath of life from under heaven. All that is on the earth is to die.
Right, and then we look up earth means land.
Right, so a lot of stuff under that water still there then, huh?
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
That's why you got them big whales and stuff.
Yeah, whales, alligators. Alligators, I heard they've been around. Leviathan.
Hey, I ain't want to say it because big. As soon as you say that, I stomach start grumbling. Hey, stomach start grumbling when you say stuff like that.
That white I think he got it in for me for some reason, man. What you think, Doc?
You know what I'm saying?
I just know him, big man. You know, I know. He like, that Leviathan. I already him. I just tell you. One time the brother gonna tell me talking about, yeah, when we go over there, I'm gonna take a little hot sauce just in case they ain't got no salt for Leviathan. I like, damn, you know.
Oh man.
Man. All right. And I shall establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons and wives with you.
Wait. I earlier told you the genealogy of Noah, and it said Noah was a righteous man. They ain't say nothing about his sons, nor about his wife, nor about his sons' wives, right?
Right.
It said Noah was the righteous man.
I see.
Right.
Okay, I see you, man. Praise y'all. Because like you said, a man is to rule over his household. So I see you.
Joe,
A
a man's obedient. Noah was even obedient until the command on how to build the ark. Come on.
Right. And that saved his house. Oh, praise. So they just, I see what's going on here. I like it. Oh, praises. And same thing with you probably got that in there, but same thing with Lot. You know what I'm saying? And I shall establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, you and your sons, and your wife, and your sons, and the wives with you. And of all the living, of all the flesh, 2 of each you are to bring into the ark, to keep them alive with you, a male and a female.
Hey, that make me think. I know this off topic too, man. But when they think about Noah and his wife, it didn't say Noah and your wives. But anyway, go ahead. That just made me think of that one time. Go ahead. That righteous man, though, this same righteous man, and that was perfect in his generation. Didn't say Noah and your wives. Think about how long it took Noah to get a wife. That's another story for another day. Go ahead,
All right. Of the birds after their kind, and of the cattle after their kind, and of all creeping creatures of the ground after their kind, 2 of each are to come to you, to keep them alive. All right, you need to let them know that during this Pride month, man. You need two the opposite to keep them alive,
right? And if we read later, we'll see that that's the unclean beast, right? With the clean beast, it was 7, right?
Right.
As for you, take of all food that is eaten, and gather it to yourself, and it shall be food for you and for them.
Wow. So now we see even animals, and when Noah eat, it could be a lion, because it'd be like, why the lion ain't trying to attack Noah after 40 days, right? Because he was basically a vegetarian also, right?
And Noah did according to all that Elohim commanded him.
He obeyed.
So he did.
He did all that Elohim commanded him, from even before the flood was coming to even when it came to building the boat, the ark. He did what Most High commanded him, right?
Idiot is better than sacrifice. Jubilee chapter 5, verse 19. And as for all those who corrupted their ways and their thoughts before the flood, no man's person was accepted, except that of Noah alone, for his person was accepted in behalf of his son.
Wow. A man's obedience determines his household. Come on. They said, Noah, you was righteous and perfect, man. Your sons could come along too. Come on, man.
Whom Elohim saved from the waters of the flood on his account.
Right.
See that? On his account.
Right.
For his heart was righteous in all his ways, according as it was commanded regarding him. and he had not departed from aught that was ordained for him.
Come on.
So they might have been a little bad, but they was counted good because of Noah then, huh?
Mm.
You don't know how they acted, but it was because of Noah that they made it on that ark.
Right. Right. It was because, again, like you say, they father walking in that obedience, right? Because he had not departed from aught that was ordained for him, right? Meaning he obeyed the Most High. Everything that the Most High ordained for Noah, he obeyed and did.
Okay. Luke chapter 12, 35. Okay. Let your loins be girded and your lamps burning, and be like men waiting for their master.
Right.
When he shall return from the wedding, that when he comes and knock, they open to him immediately.
How fast, Doc?
Immediately.
Come on, man. I ain't even no second
Not
guess.
going to try to, they ain't trying to hide nothing before they open the door or nothing, right?
Nothing. They ain't be like, hey, who is that? Everybody trying to clean up one time. You feel me?
Right. Oh, that's the
The house
Messiah.
clean.
And then put that out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The house clean, man. Immediately.
Immediately. Open to him immediately.
Right.
Blessed are those servants whom the master, when he comes, shall find watching. Truly, I say to you, that he shall gird himself and make them sit down to eat, and shall come and serve them.
Wow. That's nasty. That's
that banquet, ain't it? Sound like a banquet.
Hey, for sure. And that same example that he left when he said when he was cleaning that feet, right? That's
right.
That example he left.
And if he comes in the second watch or in the third watch and find them, so blessed are those servants.
And those are servants we trying to be, right? Those blessed servants, because we know a blessed servant gets to the kingdom, for sure.
Right. And know this, that if the master of the house had known what hour the thief comes, he would have watched and not allowed his house to be broken into. And you then be ready, for the Son of Adam is coming at an hour you do not expect.
And we got to hold that verse, you know what I'm saying, all the way to heart. Because we always we know we're in these last days, but it's still at an hour that you do not expect, right?
Right. And then at the same time, hey, when you die, what it say? After death, the judgment. You don't know when you're gonna die. You don't know how long you're gonna be here. You can die the next 5-10 minutes from now, right? So I still go with that too, you know. And Kepha said to him, Master, do you speak this parable to us or also to all?
Wow, that's a question. That's a question. Do you speak this parable just to us, or do you speak this to everybody? Right? Who is this for? Just the servants, or is this to everybody? Come on.
Let's see. And the master said, who then is the trustworthy and wise manager, whom his master shall appoint over his household, to give the portion of food in due season? Blessed is the servant whom his master shall find so doing when he comes. Truly I say to you, that he shall appoint him over all his possessions.
Wow.
But if that servant says in his heart, my master is delaying his coming, and begins to beat the male servants and female servants, and to eat and drink and be drunk, the master of that servant shall come. The master of that servant shall come on the day when he does not expect him, and at an hour that he does not know, and shall cut him in two and appoint his portion with the unbelievers.
So let's say, man, you start
Man.
instead of treating your servants like Abraham treated Eleazar, and you start being unruly with, you know what I'm saying, your servants, accordingly. I will call a servant these days. And then you start getting you start fleeing away from the truth, being drunk with that false doctrine, right? Like, oh, he ain't coming, man. Let me see what this book talking about. Oh, let me see what they talking about over here, right? Being drunk with that doctrine, right? It say he gonna cut you in half, right? To point you your portion with the unbelievers, man. Come on.
And who was some of the unbelievers?
You say what? I?
Who was some of the unbelievers?
Man,
Israel itself.
Right, especially
Israel itself. Remember when he said in Hebrew, he said they not gonna enter into my rest, and they didn't enter in because of unbelief. So you'll be right with them, right?
Right.
And that servant who knew his master's desire and did not prepare, nor did according to his desire, shall be beaten with many stripes.
That's so nasty right there. I say that one time. It's nasty. The servant who knew his master's desire, right? What's the desire of the Most High for us, right? To be set apart,
right?
Yeah, be
exactly. You know his desire. You know what he desired for you to do. And you did not prepare, nor did according to his desire. You know he wants you to be set apart, but you be like, man, I'm set apart, but shit, I still want to kind of get down like this. It's like you're gonna be beaten with many stripes. Come on, man. We don't know what the many stripes is, but hey, come on. That's still scary in itself.
Right. But he who did not know, yet did what deserved flogging, shall be beaten with few, and everyone to whom much is given, from him much shall be demanded.
Demanded. That means I need that, right? I need that. Just like somebody, I take the street code for y'all one time, right? Hey man, come on, man. I fronted you this, man. It's been 2 weeks. I need that. You know what I'm talking about? Demand that. You feel me?
Man. And to who has been entrusted, from him much more shall be added.
Come on, man. When the Most High say, I entrusted you with my word. I gave you my word, gave you this understanding. Man, you gotta be blessing the people with that. If you keeping that to yourself, writing little books to yourself, and one day it might be published or something, man, come on, that ain't what I asked you to do. I entrusted you with a lot.
Like the Messiah said, let your light shine before men.
Exactly.
Let's see your good work, right?
You can't put that thing under no table.
Right. Matthew 25 and 13 to 30. Watch therefore, because you do not know the day nor the hour in which the Son of Adam is coming. For it is like a man going from home, who called his own servants and delivered his possessions to them. To one he gave 5 talents, and to another 2, and to another 1. To each according to his own ability. You see that? He didn't give somebody too much according to their own ability.
Right.
And went from home. And he who had received the 5 talents went and worked with them and made another 5 talents.
Because he know he can do that, right? His own ability.
In the same way, he with the 2 also, he gained 2 more. But he who had received the 1 went away and dug into the ground and hid the silver of his master.
Come on, he said, I gave you 1. I know I can't give you 2 because I know what you're capable of. Let me see what you do with this 1 at least, right?
All right. And after a long time, the master of those servants came and settled accounts with them. And he who had received 5 talents came and brought 5 other talents, saying, Master, you delivered to me 5 talents. See, I have gained 5 more talents besides them. You gave me 5, congregation of 5. Now I got 10 of them up in here.
All of them
And his
walking.
master said to him, huh?
I said, and everybody walking in the truth.
And his master said to him, well done, good and trustworthy servant. You are trustworthy. Over a little, I shall set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master.
And again, what we dealing with right now, where to serves this man? We dealt with what is man. We trying to do what to serves he, right? So what is your job as a servant, right? The Most High put you out here for. Go ahead, Al.
Man. Then he who had received 2 talents came and said, Master, you delivered to me 2 talents. See, I have gained 2 more talents. Besides them, Master said to him, well done, good and trustworthy servant. You are trustworthy over a little. I shall set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master.
Right.
And the one who have received the 1 talent also came and said, Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you have not sown.
Look how he come in. He came in first with straight excuses.
Man, I know you was a hard man.
Right.
Yep.
Came in with excuses. That's why we saying there's no excuses. That's why we started off. No excuses, man. He already showed you the good and the evil. There's no excuses. So this how this servant came in with excuses. Go ahead again, though.
Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you have not sown, and gathering where you have not scattered seed. And being afraid, I went and hid your talent in the ground. See, you have what is yours.
Wow.
See, the Most High gave you this word, and you ain't take it to nobody.
And you ain't take it to nobody. You said, I'm gonna
save myself.
Right.
Being selfish. You don't want to, get his word out to the next man.
So that means you ain't loving your neighbor as you love yourself.
Right. I'm gonna keep this word for myself. Make sure I get in.
Right.
Forget them.
Or like, are you ashamed of the gospel? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you sharing this? You know what I'm saying?
And his master answering said to him, you wicked and lazy servant. You knew that I reap where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed.
So he just let you know you can't even make that excuse. You already know how I get down, right? So now you're trying to make excuses, man. That don't fly. So he called him a wicked and lazy servant. You wicked
and lazy.
You wicked and lazy for not delivering my word accordingly. He said, I'm going to bury it and give it back to me. I know my word. What I need it back like that?
Now, you know what you should have did with it, right? My bad. Nah. Then you should have put my silver with the bankers. And at my coming, I will have received back on my own with interest. Right. You should have put my teaching on YouTube. You should have just made a little video.
With interest,
with interest, right? You don't see what you're producing, but you might be producing a couple out there. These good lessons that you come up with. Look at him. He's over there smiling because I said that to him.
Hey, if anything, I'm praising the Most High. That's for sure.
He over there like this.
Hey, big man, you see that he's still a little sour from last week. Hey, don't say nothing about him. Don't say nothing about him.
Therefore, take away the talent from him and give it to him who possesses 10 talents.
Ooh,
Right? Not the one with the 5, the one
right.
with the 10. Because
Yeah,
the one with the 10, he said, I'm gonna make you possessor over everything.
right.
And then
You
the
gotta
one
know
with
how
the
you get
5, he said,
down.
I'm gonna give you much, right? One with the 5, he said, I'm gonna give you much, right? For to everyone who possesses, more shall be given.
Right.
If you got a little of this word, you're gonna get more word. The more you get, the more you gonna get. And the more you get, the more gonna be required of you to share it.
Right.
Don't hold it. Don't hold it. And he shall have overflowingly.
Overflowingly, that mean you got so much, you gotta give it out. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
I got an example of that, man. I peach flow this year on the tree. There was so many peaches, man. We had to just make bags and give them to people at my woman job. You feel me? Just giving them out because we can't do nothing. And she, I don't want to talk about no lazy servant, but she ain't make no preserve this year. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the thing is, it was overflowing, and we had to give them out.
Hey, Jermaine.
What?
You see how he just related the scripture to himself? He think everything about him, huh?
Hey, that was hey. Parables.
That was your parable to the Messiah parable, huh?
Hey, I spoke in one of them the other day. That's why I said that. I was like, we speaking parables, man. We taking the example of Mashiach. It ain't for everybody. You feel me? Overflowing the peaches though. I stop hating.
Okay. He's just saying that because we ain't got no peach trees. That's why he's saying it.
Hey man, I might have to send y'all some cuts, man. It'll take y'all a couple of years, but it'll grow.
But from him who does not possess, even what he possesses shall be taken away. So even that little knowledge that you got, now you're gonna be like, what is that? What is that scripture? I forgot what it say. You ain't got it no more.
And not even forget what it say. Forget the understanding on the scripture. You feel me? Or not even forget, just lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's a lot. Go ahead though.
And throw the worthless servant out into the outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing the teeth.
So where?
Man, that sound like that.
Go ahead,
No, I'm just saying that it just sound like that Matthew. I want to say chapter 8, maybe 7 or 8. Could be 9, where he said, "I haven't found such great faith in Israel." Many gonna come from the east and west and sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But the children of the kingdom gonna be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Right. And where two serves man, right? You know what I'm saying? One of your things on this earth is to make sure you praising and serving the Most High. That's why we read that song earlier. When they're talking about all the earth need to praise the Most High, right?
Right.
And serve.
Hey, can I bring something up?
Go ahead,
So I know we was talking about I thought about that example, like that Noah example, because you said a man's obedience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I do see a lot, I'm gonna read the script too. One thing I do see a lot, inside of our community, I'll just deal with that. It's like the father might know something, but the kids won't know what the father knows. And I would take that as hiding the talent. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be a reason why, like how we study and we learn the word. We should be able to impart this, and like I said, train up a child in the way that they should go. We're supposed to teach this to our kids and not withhold what we learn, from our kids. And I see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up,
praise y'all for sure. I gotta cut you off because you jumping ahead. We're gonna deal with that next. We're gonna deal with what is man's good next week. That's a part. But right now we're dealing with what is man, right, and what to serve. That's a good point because we're dealing with that. I don't get it twisted. We're dealing with that.
So let me read this real quick, dealing with the
Make
time.
sure you
Like
ain't
I
got it
said,
in the script, huh? Okay,
no,
make sure you ain't got
it's
it in the
Matthew. It's Matthew 28. You don't got Matthew 28, do you?
Go ahead and read it. Go ahead.
Oh, you got Matthew 28.
I don't know. I ain't looking at the part the man's good right now, but I know you own it.
Oh,
Go ahead and
well,
read.
we didn't talk about them talents, man. Like I said, like this is what he wanted to do. Like even Mashiach said, Matthew 28 and 18, and Yahusha came and spoke to them, saying, "All authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth. Therefore, go and make taught ones of all the nations." Right. So he's telling you,
Okay.
spread this gospel. Go and make taught ones of all the nations. So you're not supposed to hide those talents. Go make taught ones, immersing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the set apart Spirit, teaching them to guard all that I have commanded you. So this is our talents, right? What we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to hold on to that. Right? We gotta go out there and teach these commands, teaching them to guard all that I've commanded you. And see, I am with you always until the end of the age. Amen.
For sure.
Praise.
So, and that's gonna be that's a good discussion to come on that verse 19 where it say make taught ones of all the nations, immersing them in the name, right? Because last week we talked about that name is so important, like we do every week, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the set apart Spirit. So that's a good discussion to come, straight up. So when you say that's that's why I feel when brothers be like, man, we should just do that baptism again. Because have we ever really been baptized in the name, right?
No,
you got baptized in the name of the Father. That's what they said. In the Father. That's not his name though. But go ahead. Let's get back to it.
All right, I'll praise.
All right, Deuteronomy 8 and 11. You want to go ahead, Yamel, with it?
Yeah, I'll do 11 through what?
11 through 13, then we jump into 19.
All right. Be on guard, lest you forget Yahuwah, your Elohim. Be on guard, lest you forget Yahuwah, your Elohim.
Right.
That's kind of like how Adam always bring it up. Like he say, you stay in me and I'll stay in you. Right. So you always on guard. All right. By not guarding his commands and his right rulings and his laws, which I command you today.
Lest you forget, right? Like you just said.
Lest you forget. Right.
And when you forget what you do, you ain't guarding his commands, his right ruling, or his law. So basically, we can look at ourselves in that one time and say we forgot, right?
Yes, sir. Let you eat and shall be satisfied, and build lovely houses and shall dwell in them.
And that's a lot of our people for sure. And I'm talking about, they start calling themselves gods because they eating what they want, eating good and satisfied in Babylon, right?
That's like I say, don't give me too much riches, or I'll forget about the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you don't need them no more. I'm eating good and I'm living good. AC and all that. Come on, man.
Right.
She said you got some AC.
Man, you know what I'm saying? AC and you got heater, right? You ain't using the oven no more. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. You ain't opening that oven up in the winter. Got the oven on, open it up. Cold in the house.
People get humble when they ain't got much. They think about the Most High, like you said. You give me too much, I forget about it. All right, and your herds and your flocks increase, and your silver and your gold are increased, and all that you have is increased.
19.
And it shall be, if you by any means forget Yahuwah, your Elohim, and follow other mighty ones, and serve them, and bow yourself down to them, I have warned you this day that you shall certainly perish, man.
Man, no doubt about it. Certainly, right? Because it say
back to that
two
Romans
serve.
6 and 16.
You say what?
My bad. Go ahead. I'm just saying they go right back to that Romans 6 and 16 that you read.
Right. So where to serves he, right? You ain't doing your
Mm-hmm.
job serving the Most High and praising him. You done fell off. You to follow other mighty ones, start serving yourself and bowing down to them. Come on, you should certainly perish what the Most High say. That's no question about it. Certainly.
Mhm. Even if you can't even sit there and make yourself a god, like you just said, we are right now. Cause you think you a god, that you know you got everything you need. You forget about the Most High. Like you could be a self idol worshiper, man.
Right.
You know, save
Mm.
yourself. You can't save yourself, man. Come on, man. Oh,
Right.
man.
Mm.
Man, I want to
So
say
right, 20.
Shabbat Shalom to that brother Stephen, man.
Oh yeah,
Oh
Shabbat
yeah.
Shalom, man.
Shabbat shalom, Steve.
Bye, shalom, Steve. Steve in here?
Yeah, I seen him in the.
Right on.
Oh yeah, wait. Want me to still read it off or?
Yeah. 27 and 3.
All right. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of Yahuwah, his house shall soon be overthrown.
Come on, man.
That man.
Come on.
Diligently in the fear of Yahoo.
Right.
And the fear of Yahoo is the beginning, right?
Right.
Beginning of wisdom.
You got to hold yourself diligently, carefully in the fear of the Most High God, right? And they say if you don't hold yourself carefully in the fear of Yahuwah, your house will be overthrown, man. We might have to use that scripture again in man's evil, man. Straight up.
Okay.
Because them guys, so I'm pretty sure there was men with families that seen Noah out there building that ark, and you know, now him and his family got destroyed in the flood, man.
Diligently, and so carefully.
Right.
When you do things carefully, it got to be almost to a T, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unless, man.
And then I know people be out here be like, man, what they be like, it's like 600 some laws. You can't keep all of them. Man, even in these 10, brothers ain't diligently keeping them. Diligently, right?
Right, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Joshua 22. You want to hit this one, Jermaine? The last few?
Yeah, I had.
All right. Let's hit 13 to 15.
I got 14 and 15.
I know, but like 14 start.
Oh, it might be 13.
Right.
Hey, I told you this is still a rough draft, you know.
Yeah. I just,
I don't think
figure
it's
we'll start
22.
work.
I don't think we're supposed to be 22.
Huh?
Yeah, kick me out. Okay.
Oh, let me see. 22, 14, and 15. That's what you got here.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Yeah,
it, though.
I think it is because you talking about the ruler of the house.
Yeah, I think
And
it's
each
24.
one was the head 24.
24. I told you it's still
14.
draft. I ain't get,
14
24.
and 15.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Again, unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of Yahweh, his house shall soon be overthrown, right?
Okay. Okay. 14 and 15. Is it 14 and
15?
15? Yeah. Okay, Jermaine.
Okay. And now fear Yahuwah, serve him in perfection and in truth, and put away the mighty ones of which
that's nasty right there, right?
Yeah, he said, man, serve him how, Jermaine?
Serve him in perfection and in truth.
Come on, they say you can't be perfection. That's being complete.
Serving
in completeness and in truth, not no falsehood, because we can look at that every Sunday. That's how they serve him, right? In falsehood. Come on.
Real talk. And put away the mighty ones which your fathers served beyond the river and in Mizraim, and serve Yahuwah. And if it seems evil in your eyes to serve Yahuwah, choose for yourselves this day whom you are going to serve, whether the mighty ones whether the mighty ones which your fathers served that were beyond the river, or the mighty ones of the Amorites in the land you dwell. But I and my house, we serve Yahuwah.
We serve
We gonna
Yahuwah.
serve the
All
most
praises.
high
We gonna
for
All
serve.
sure.
praises to the Most High
Praise Yah.
Yahuwah.
All praise to the Most
Praise
High
it.
Yah, man.
Right.
That's
Praise
right.
God for sure. And I don't want us to lose sight of these Amorites too. Man, these still the same people to this day, man. We can go pull the definition right now about the Amorites. You got the book, you got the encyclopedia. Go look up Amorites and see who those people are, and see if these people are dismantled to this day. Are they not still alive? These same people. I guarantee you, look up Amorites, these same people on whose land you dwell. The Amorites in whose land you dwell. Straight up. But in our house, who we gonna serve?
Yahuwah.
Yeah, we gonna serve the Most High Yah. All praises.
So I leave that for everybody too. Go get your Strongs, look up Amorites. Go get the encyclopedia of the Bible, and you look up who the Amorites are and see if you still in their land. For sure. For sure. I hold on tight.
How we gonna serve? Like he said, as for me and my house, we're gonna serve Yahuwah.
Right.
How we gonna serve him? In perfection and in truth.
In perfection
Right,
and in
right.
truth. Praise Yah.
Right, straight up.
And that's a big
right?
statement too.
Man, big time.
Truth.
Hey, last scripture, man. You can keep going.
I like the imperfection and in truth, man. For real, for real. Not man commandments. You know what I'm saying? Not the commandment of man.
Right.
Right. Saying it's too hard to serve the Most High the way He wants you to serve. I want to serve Him the way Paul told me.
Right.
When we was growing up too, what they say, nobody's perfect. They always tell us that. Right?
Man.
Mm-hmm.
You say they want to serve in Paul's perfection, all right?
Paul perfection. We're not under the law. We under grace. You know, I like that perfection. That's what they say. That's perfection right there.
Yeah.
We're not under no law. The law is a schoolmaster.
Schoolmaster.
Yeah, the law was the schoolmaster till that which is perfect has come.
Hey, now
that which is perfect has come. Yeah, now that perfect has come, we good.
Right.
We ain't gotta do nothing.
We ain't gotta do nothing.
Fulfill the law. Sire fulfilled the law.
Right.
Hey, hold on.
All of it.
You gotta believe. That's it. You just gotta believe.
Man, just believe. Just confess His name. Whoever call upon the name of Yahuwah shall be saved.
Yeah, believe and confess. Yeah.
That's it. And you good. That's it.
Good.
You made it.
Hey, you
good.
Made it. Yeah. You have been saved. Right?
Right after you cut the head off of somebody, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's what
I
was just thinking.
I still believe in the Messiah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sitting in prison talking about, I just killed that nigga, but I believe, so I'm saved. Like,
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even make no sense, man. These people, man.
Okay. 6 and 7, we're gonna jump to 12, right?
Hey, not Sirach, guy. I told you Sirach, guy. I told you Sirach. Wait. I told you Sirach, guy. My bad. Let's get that Ecclesiastes. That T. Okay. Not us. I probably told you Sirach too. I can tell you.
Get back here, mama.
I looked at that. I was like, I read this one. You know, certain scripts, boy, I be wanting to hit.
Yeah, I took that song. He took that Psalm 51 like, I'm eating this.
You peeped that, Jamal? You peeped that, Yamel?
I already knew I wanted that. I said, I'm going to get that Psalm 51. If we ever got that during the discussion, nobody will even bother to try to read it.
Okay, let's see.
This song hit
12.
Yes, sir.
Right.
We know we're just closing them out. Let's close them out. Because remember, again, in whose land you dwell, them Amorites. Go look that up, right? But in my house, we serve Yahuwah. Now let's go and finish them off.
Okay. 12, 6, and 7. You want it, Jermaine? You want me to hit it? I can end it.
You can go and take it.
Okay. Remember him before the silver cord is loosed, or the golden bowl is broken, or the jar shattered at the foundation, or the wheel broken at the well.
Hey, remember him before it get ugly. Don't try to wait till it get ugly and then be like, "Oh, Father, please." Remember him before it get ugly.
Like it say, what the word say? It say, don't tarry to turn to the Most High.
Right.
Where destruction could come suddenly, man. Suddenly, man.
For sure,
And the dust returned to the earth as it was, and the spirit returned to Elohim who gave it. Man,
and we
that's
read
deep
that
right
earlier.
there.
We read that earlier. Man is from dust, right? And he breathed the
Right.
breath of life.
And he said you're gonna work until you return to the dust. You're gonna till the earth till you return to the earth. Man, that's deep right there. I like that. All right.
12
through 14. And besides these, my son, be warned. The making of many books has no end.
Wow.
And much study is the weary of the flesh.
Right. That's for real though, right? Because everybody write a new book every day, right? Making of many books which has no ends. And much study, right? Much studying of what unrighteousness, right? Because some of these things don't matter. That's wearying to the flesh.
Right. Now you're reading a book from somebody who wrote Joseph is the daddy, just because it got a good two-liner in it. You like, man, I might like this book better. You know, and it ain't got no end.
Right? No end, right.
Let us hear the conclusion of the entire matter.
The what matter, Rock?
The entire matter.
All things, man. Entire, right? Complete matter.
Right. Complete matter. Fear Elohim and guard his commands, for this applies to all mankind.
This applies to Israel.
Only Israel. Only Israel.
All mankind.
Okay.
Where do all mankind come from? Where they come from? Adam.
Right. I'm glad you cut that. I'm glad you cut that. Adam, the father of the first household. Go ahead.
Right.
Crazy,
For Elohim shall bring every work into right ruling, including all that is hidden.
Right.
Whether good or whether evil.
Whether good or whether evil.
No matter what you did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Man, that, all praises, man. All praises.
And there, we got to stick around because we was just answering the first question. What is man and whereto serves he? We still haven't got to man's good nor his evil, right? So be patient, y'all, man. I know you bringing out them kids. It's all good. We getting that. We get that next week, guys. I'm ready for you. Praise y'all, though. Praise y'all. That was
praise y'all, man. Straight up, man. Praises, bro. That's a little teaser right here, getting us ready for next week.
Right. All right, Psalm 19.
Yes, sir. Close them out. Praise y'all. That was nice.
Praises. I think my reading was in that book of Melchizedek was shaky today, man. What was going on?
See, I ain't even gonna throw no shot right now. I'm just gonna start reading. All right. Psalms 19. All right. The heavens are proclaiming the esteem of El, right? And the expanse is declaring the work of his hand. Day to day pours forth speech, and night to night reveals knowledge. There is no speech, and there is no words. Their voice is not heard. Their line has gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them, he set up a tent for the sun. And it is like a bridegroom coming out of his room. It rejoices like a strong man to run the path. Its rising is from one end of the heavens and its circuit to the other end, and nothing is hidden from its heat. The Torah of Yahuwah is perfect, bringing back the being. The witness of Yahuwah is trustworthy, making wise the simple. The order of Yahuwah are straight, rejoicing the heart. The command of Yahuwah is clear, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Most High Yah is clean, standing forever. The right rulings of Yahuwah are true. They are righteous altogether, more desirable than gold, than much fine gold, and sweeter than any honey, and sweeter than honey and the honeycomb. Also, your servant is warned by them. Also, your servant is warned by them, and guarding them there is great reward. Who discerns mistakes? Declare me innocent from those that are secret. Also, keep your servant back from presumptuous ones. Do not let them rule over me. Then shall I be perfect and innocent of great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing before you, O Yahuwah, my rock and my redeemer. Hallelujah.
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 That was deep right there. That thing started off. Man, I gotta go back and read that.
Yeah, that's
That
the
was
one.
deep,
That's one that you want to sit and break down while you read it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was looking at that 13. He said, also keep your servant back from presumptuous ones.
All right, arrogant, proud ones, right? Come on.
Man.
Everybody that's arrogant, you really want to be back from that though, right? The Most High serve.
Right.
Where two serves, man? Come on, man.
Wait.
And then look how it started. Like, let's see. The Torah of Yahuwah is perfect, bringing back the being. They go with that's Psalms 119 too, I think. 119 and like 9, I think it is. Let me see something. Let me just take a quick look.
Bringing back the being.
119 and 9.
Even when that set apart spirit flee.
Yeah, look. How would a young man cleanse his path to guard it according to your word? Yeah. All right, man. I'll praise. That was a good one, not.
Praise God. We ain't done. We just getting started. That's
started.
That's
it felt like an introduction. It felt like one. I need some more, huh?
Yeah, that's the introduction to what
Right.
we about to deal with. That's just an introduction, straight up. No doubt. We're getting into it next week, for sure.
Oh, praise man.
Yeah, this was a good one, though.
Hey, next week, for sure. We getting into it. Be here. Hey, be there or be square. That's what they used to say.
Praise God.
Praise God.